Hi everyone, welcome back to Market Pulse with Aditya and Nikita. Let's get started with the multi-time frame analysis for Nifty, BankNifty and Sensex. And this time, my motto is to keep this video very short because last time it was too lengthy. So without wasting any time, let's get started. This is the monthly time frame for Nifty. Although it is too early to talk about the monthly time frame because we are sitting on 12th of September as of now. So one thing to notice that the previous month, which was the August month high, was somewhere around 25,153, and if you see, like, market is somewhere near that levels right now. And as I had already discussed, that on the higher time frame the market is still looking bullish because it is consolidating within the upper one third area after a big rally on the monthly time frame. So on the monthly time frame, nothing looks bearish at all. Okay, now let's go on the weekly time frame. So we are in the process of making this kind of a W, but however, we haven't got any closing about this particular W. Again, this also on the weekly time frame also, if you see, after a sharp rally, it is consolidating. Okay, so that again is a good sign. So then we can expect a strong up move, almost more than and I'm serious about this, that I'm expecting a fresh ATH within this calendar year for Nifty. Let's see whenever that happens. Now let's go on the daily time frame. If you guys remember very well, we had discussed this, that this level has been tested 4 times, and similarly the upper trend line area has been tested 3 times already. And if you see, this was a feeble kind of a breakout. Obviously this is not a good kind of a candle, but however, you have to respect the fact that it has finally managed to close above this particular zone, especially when we had got one good news about the GST reforms. But we saw that that got sold into, and finally we got a closing above this level, and that's the reason we need to give some respect about closing above this level. Also 25,000 closing is another psychological level for the market. So currently, if we can see that the market is comfortably trading above this level. Now, what is the frustrating part is that although there is an up move, the up move is basically opening with the gap up, and then throughout the day there is no movement at all. Either it is closing with a very small doji kind of a candle or in a very small range. So that is the frustration. So after the gap up, basically there is no movement in the intraday. So usually, the up moves are usually like that. It won't be easy to make money for intraday players unless you are a positional player. Then obviously there is an advantage for you. Also, like, it's been such a long time that we haven't seen any strong sort of a green candle. So I am expecting that in the upcoming week we should definitely see one strong green candle. I don't know when that is going to happen, but I'm expecting at least that should happen. But then after that, even if market tries to come down here, that will still be more of a pullback in the upward rally. So essentially the market is clearly a buy on dips market right now. So then we have to focus, like, whenever market tries to come near 850, 800 or 900 zone, all this zone, we have to, like, keep looking for any sort of a bullish reversal patterns. Only then we would be able to make money out of it, out of this particular reversal. So then keep an eye on that. So as discussed in the last week, we had already expected that because there is a higher high and higher low formation on the 15-minute time frame, we had already expected that the market is going to go up, and then we definitely saw that actually happened. But maybe the market is waiting for some sort of a big news, and the big news is the major problem or the overhang that the market is facing is basically the additional tariffs that US has imposed on India. So once that gets taken away totally, I'm pretty sure that the market is more or less waiting for that kind of a news. So if we get some sort of a great news on that front, I'm pretty sure then we will definitely get this kind of a strong candle. But I don't know, like, when that's gonna happen, next week or later. But at least that should happen sooner or so, because the market is already factoring in that kind of a sentiment, given the strong given there is this up move. So let's so the idea is basically we have broken this trend line, as well as we are on a higher high higher low kind of a pattern. So if there is a pullback, we have to basically wait for anywhere between 24,800 to 24,900 zones, and then try to take an entry basis any bullish reversal patterns. That's the key. Let's quickly go on the 15-minute time frame. So on the 15-minute time frame, as I said, after the gap up, basically market does nothing, goes up, goes down, and then closes here in between. So basically it's a doji kind of a formation. Again, it went up and then did nothing. So nothing to be worried about. So I have already mentioned this support and resistance levels. Again, sorry, this is not S1. This is not the immediate support. These are the levels. Okay. So now the immediate resistance is 25,150 zones, which was the W candle high. So yeah, we'll see whether market is able to break this level. After that, if I see tentatively, the next resistance would be somewhere around 25,300. Before that, there is no resistance as such. So again, coming to this main question, which strikes I'm expecting to go to zero. Actually, I checked the current week's premiums. As I said earlier, we used to do this weekly session whenever we used to do. At that point of time, the Nifty expiries used to be on Thursday. But now, because the Nifty expiries have been changed from Thursday to Tuesday, so that's the reason there are hardly any premiums left for the next 2 days. So the premiums that I'm actually checking is for the next upcoming week, not for the 16th September. You can check here. It is basically the 23rd September expiry date I'm checking. So I would be interested. I'm not advising this to anyone. Neither I'm SEBI registered. So I'm not advising this to anyone. I'm just suggesting, like, for myself, what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking out loud. So I am basically thinking of strikes. I would be looking for these kind of a strikes because it gives me enough cushion also, and at the same time it gives me this has got decent premiums also to make money out of it. Another thing, these are the strikes that I'm looking for: 24,400 to 24,500 kind of a puts that I'm looking for. Calls, I'm still not interested, and I'll tell you why. That is the reason. Every day it is making higher high, higher lows. So until and unless there is some sort of a red candle or something wherein I'll get some swing high to be marked, only then I am interested to sell calls, or not just calls. I would rather convert it into a triangle, because puts are something that I'll definitely have. Because right now, one thing is very certain, that this level is a strong SL for any downside of a move. Until and unless we are not going to break this 24,378, I am expecting a market to basically go slowly and slightly up. And maybe once that news comes out, favorable news, whenever that comes, then I am definitely expecting some sort of an explosive moves for our market. Till then, we are just like doing small steps in case of Nifty. I'll post all the support resistance levels on my X profile as well. Coming to the Sensex, same story here also. But if you see here, here the W level is again a bit far, unlike Nifty. And coming to the 15-minute time frame, same higher high, higher low kind of a pattern. So in case of Sensex, one can see there are two things. One can actually straight away sell somewhere around 80,000 or 79,800 kind of levels. I'm not advising this. I'm just saying what I would have done. But sadly, I don't trade Sensex. The other idea that I would have done is I would have then waited patiently for market, or I would have deployed some quantity right now, and I will wait patiently whenever that market basically tries to come down, and then there is a bullish reversal around this zone, around 81,000 to 81,220. Whenever there is a bullish reversal, maybe a pin bar or maybe a bullish engulfing, only after that confirmation I'll add more to my puts, because then I would get puts at a better rate. So that is another thing that I usually do. So like, when I say it's basically me and Aditya. That's what we end up doing, this kind of things. So you can also like figure it out whether that works or not. But just don't try anything in the live market. First, go and backtest your ideas and check whether that really works, and only then you can come and deploy that. So again, with regards to Sensex, this same support resistance levels I'll post. Now let's quickly come to Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty gave a strong candle yesterday, and there was no follow through. Again, the same problem: gap up and then volatility, and then closing the day with doji kind of a thing. But then here I'm at least expecting market to go at least till 55,000 levels, at least around this level. And once that level gets reached, then we can see whether there is some sort of a rejection from the sellers. But if you see, again, in case of Bank Nifty, again it looks on a higher time frame, it looks pretty much good on the support levels only, but there is a reversal. But then we need to cross this hurdle of 55 to 73 and so forth to expect some strong moves. Because remember, this HDFC banks, ICICI banks have still not yet participated. I have seen that Axis Bank has given already a strong rally after that W. I am not suggesting any stock options. I'm just showing what has happened, how one could have played. Basically, this is an historical kind of an analysis. So what I had seen, can you see this blue line? So this was the consolidation when there was a clean sort of a breakout. After this consolidation, you can go on a shorter time frame and check this out. If one would have entered here, one could have captured this entire rally. However, we haven't seen this kind of rallies in stocks like HDFC and ICICI yet. So whenever these two heavyweights will start moving, only then we can see some fireworks in Bank Nifty. Again, this move has already been, done. So now just don't go and rush into, buying Axis Bank, because try to understand that the stock has already moved. That is the reason why I'm discussing this particular stock. See, this stock has already moved by 5%. So now even if you go long, where will you keep your SL and all? So then you have to wait for pullbacks and all of those things, or you have to basically enter at the start of the rally. That is the best thing. Don't worry, even if you have missed, you have to just keep looking for stocks. You will definitely get some of the other pattern. So that's about it for Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty, we are still not seeing some sort of a firework because of these two stocks which have yet to perform, now quickly let's go and dwell into BTC. If you guys remember, in our last discussion, we had basically said we have to wait because this level was tested several times. So basically we have to wait whether we get a closing above this level, 112, or below this level. So basically the market moved on the upside. So that is the reason again we are seeing some sort of an up move. Now the easiest thing to do is basically stay in strangles in case of BTC, as it is within a big range. Or if you think there are no premiums left around this side, you can come and check around 120 levels as well, 1,20,000. So again in BTC, it is still stuck in a range. So no strong views on either side as of now. It is more of a sideways kind of a move in case of BTC. Gold and silver are again making fresh life highs, and the people who are already have bought this gold and silver base would be definitely enjoying. So as I said, I can't see any entry points as of now. Even if only and only if there is a pullback, I can think of adding to my existing. I'm not going to make any fresh, because I already am holding some gold bees and silver bees, so we will just add to our existing positions. Not discussing any sectors today. I'll just quickly go to the Q&A questions and answers. Let's understand what's your opinion on spreads. Okay, so we have recently started doing some sort of a spread. It's a different kind of a spread. It's neither a debit spread or a credit spread. I would rather say it's a mix of lot many things, and we have just started doing that since past 2 months. And so far it is we are actually testing on a small quantity, and it is really working well. I would definitely like to explore more on this thing. That's what me and Aditya will focus on. But it really works, and I actually started liking it. But as I said, it's neither the debit or the credit. It's basically a bit more advanced, I would say. Why don't you trade in the commodity markets? Just because I don't we both don't work after 3:30. Maybe that is the reason. The market kind of a work. Like we don't like to punch orders post market and all of those things. In the future, are you planning any workshops? We haven't done yet, but if there is a response, then definitely we will plan to do one. Please do a midweek short video. I will definitely consider this. Super analysis. Thank you very much. Love the analysis. Please analyze Nifty mid cap, at least general level discussion. Sure, I will cover that maybe during the week or end of the week. Please analyze some sector. I am actually a bit busy today, so I'm not covering any sector chart. Yes, I have read this comment. So basically this person is saying that 0.7%, that calculation that I basically suggested in the last week, it doesn't amounts to 36% a year, because we need to understand that there will be loss making weeks, as well as we need to pay taxes. I'm really happy that someone actually talked about taxes. Okay, so Mr. PK, I want to just highlight one thing. When I actually took that calculation of 0.7% a week, I was basically considering 0.7% of average. On an average includes your profits as well as loss. After that, whatever it is, so average percentage would be somewhere around 0.7% is what I meant. Obviously I have not considered the taxes thing, and it actually eats away a good amount of chunk considering the taxes that we have in our system right now. So but still I would say, even if achieving or aiming for 0.7% a week on an average, and considering the compounding returns, I'm pretty sure one can easily do somewhere around 28 to 30%. Or if at all I'm wrong, so then just please correct me after the calculation of the post tax returns. Very nice. Please continue in Hindi also. I'm so sorry I have covered again in English, but next time I'll definitely try to cover in both the languages. Great analysis in detail. Thank you guys. Thank you. So, sir, you have asked this question, why not to take a hedge and double your position as margin benefit? There is a peace of mind, yes, but just try to understand. Now, let's take this example, 12 and 22. I'll just quickly take you through. So, this 12 rupee option is somewhere around 24,400. I said that it gives me enough cushion, right? Plus, it is the base of this 24,400 from where the market reversed, right? Now, for a 22 rupee option, I have to come all the way to 24,650. So, now the distance from the spot is a issue for me. I basically like to have some sort of a higher cushion rather than having just 3-4 strikes from at the money. So that is the reason I would prefer, for me this is peace of mind. For me distance is the peace of mind, and for some people maybe hedge is the peace of mind. So you decide your peace of mind. When I made this video, the previous week video, there was a clear understanding of higher and higher low. That's about it. You can't keep changing your views every now and then basis the news and all. There is a lot of news flows that keep coming, but then you can't keep changing your views, or you can't keep making fresh videos. Okay, but is very cringy, sure. If the premium decay is 80% in a day, then I would definitely book and run. Thank you. Thank you. Hi Aditya, had a rough week, lost 1%, didn't expect. Yeah, that was unfortunate after the GST news. Anyways, guys, I think I have covered almost all the queries. Do let me know in the comment section if you want anything more to be added. Also, if you guys have any question throughout the week, you can come and post it by Thursday evening or by Friday 3:30, because I usually make the video, we usually make the video post Friday 3:30. So we can also cover those questions as well. So thank you very much for your time. See you soon. Bye-bye.